Have you ever wondered why your grandmother, who once effortlessly carried heavy grocery bags and climbed stairs without a second thought, now struggles to lift a gallon of milk or needs assistance getting out of bed? This heartbreaking transformation affects millions of American families as their beloved seniors unknowingly engage in 7 devastating daily habits that systematically strip away precious muscle tissue, leaving once strong individuals weak, dependent, and vulnerable to falls and injury. The terrifying statistics paint a picture that most families are unprepared for. 83% of Americans over 65 develop sarcopenia through hidden lifestyle choices that accelerate muscle destruction by up to 72%. Research reveals that the average senior loses 19% of their total muscle mass within 5 years due to these seemingly innocent behaviors, explaining why independent grandparents suddenly require assistance with basic tasks like opening jars, carrying laundry, or maintaining balance while walking. Your loved ones may be unknowingly participating in their own muscle destruction through habits so common and socially acceptable that families never recognize them as serious health threats. These silent muscle killers operate beneath the surface, gradually transforming vibrant, independent seniors into frail individuals who fear falling and losing their autonomy. But here is the remarkable discovery that offers genuine hope. 92% of seniors over 70 who identify and eliminate these 7 muscle-destroying habits experience dramatic strength recovery within just 7 weeks, without expensive medical interventions or prescription drugs. Stay until the end to discover the most dangerous habit that destroys more muscle than all others combined. Subscribe now and hit that notification bell to learn these life-preserving insights that could save your family from the heartbreak of watching loved ones lose their independence and vitality. 7. Overconsuming canned foods and high-sodium products. The hidden muscle poisoner. The processed food epidemic has infiltrated senior nutrition through the seemingly convenient world of canned goods and packaged meals that deliver devastating doses of sodium while providing virtually none of the nutrients needed for muscle preservation. These shelf-stable products appear practical for aging adults who struggle with cooking and shopping, yet they create internal conditions that systematically destroy muscle tissue. Excessive sodium intake triggers chronic inflammation throughout the body while disrupting the delicate mineral balance essential for muscle function. High sodium consumption forces the kidneys to work overtime, leading to dehydration that impairs muscle protein synthesis while simultaneously increasing calcium excretion through urine, weakening both bones and muscles. Additionally, the preservatives and additives in processed foods create oxidative stress that accelerates muscle cell damage. Medical studies demonstrate that seniors consuming more than 20,300 milligrams of sodium daily lose muscle mass 37% faster than those maintaining lower sodium intake, while also experiencing significantly higher rates of muscle weakness and functional decline. The combination of inflammation, dehydration, and mineral depletion creates a perfect storm for accelerated sarcopenia development. Breaking free from the sodium trap requires strategic meal planning that emphasizes fresh, whole foods while maintaining convenience for daily life. Replace canned soups with homemade versions using low-sodium broth, fresh vegetables, and lean proteins that you can prepare in large batches and freeze in individual portions. Choose fresh or frozen vegetables over canned versions, seasoning them with herbs, garlic, and lemon juice rather than salt for flavor enhancement. When purchasing packaged foods, read labels carefully and select options containing less than 140 milligrams of sodium per serving. Gradually reduce sodium intake over several weeks, allowing your taste buds to adjust, while discovering the natural flavors of fresh foods that support rather than destroy muscle health. As we cleanse our plates of these sodium-laden muscle destroyers, we explore how ignoring the body's pain signals creates a cascade of problems that quietly accelerate muscle deterioration. 6. Ignoring muscle and joint pain signals. The silent deterioration accelerator. The tendency to dismiss increasing aches, pains, and muscle discomfort as normal aging represents one of the most dangerous misconceptions affecting senior muscle health. When pain signals are ignored or masked rather than addressed, underlying inflammation and muscle damage continue unchecked, creating conditions where muscle tissue breaks down faster than it can repair itself. Chronic pain triggers stress responses that elevate cortisol levels, a hormone that directly promotes muscle protein breakdown while inhibiting muscle-building processes. Additionally, pain often leads to decreased physical activity as seniors naturally avoid movements that cause discomfort, creating a vicious cycle where reduced activity accelerates muscle loss, which in turn increases pain and further limits movement. Research indicates that seniors who ignore early pain signals and avoid addressing underlying musculoskeletal issues experience 41% faster muscle deterioration and significantly higher rates of disability compared to those who seek appropriate treatment for pain management. The failure to address pain early allows minor issues to develop into major functional limitations that dramatically impact quality of life. Transforming your approach to pain management requires understanding the difference between normal exercise soreness and concerning pain that signals underlying problems. Keep a simple pain diary noting when discomfort occurs, its intensity on a scale of 1 to 10, and which activities trigger symptoms. Schedule regular check-ins with healthcare providers to discuss pain patterns and develop appropriate management strategies. Incorporate gentle movement therapies like water exercises, Tai Chi, or guided stretching that can reduce pain while maintaining muscle function. Apply heat therapy using warm baths or heating pads for muscle stiffness, and cold therapy with ice packs for acute inflammation, always following up with gentle movement to prevent stiffness from returning. While we learn to listen to our body's wisdom, we discover how common sleep medications create unexpected barriers to the restorative processes that muscles desperately need for repair and growth. 5. Overusing sleep medications and sedatives, the dream destroyer of muscle recovery. The widespread reliance on sleep medications among seniors creates an unexpected threat to muscle health by disrupting the natural sleep architecture essential for muscle repair and growth hormone production. While these medications may help seniors fall asleep faster, they often prevent the deep sleep stages where the most critical muscle restoration processes occur. Sleep medications alter brainwave patterns during sleep, reducing the time spent in deep sleep phases when growth hormone naturally peaks to drive muscle protein synthesis and repair daily damage. Additionally, many sleep aids cause morning grogginess and reduce daytime activity levels, creating a secondary impact on muscle health through decreased physical activity and exercise tolerance. Clinical studies reveal that seniors who regularly use sleep medications show 33% lower growth hormone production during sleep and experience significantly slower muscle recovery compared to those achieving natural sleep. The dependency cycle created by sleep aids often leads to tolerance, requiring higher doses that further disrupt natural sleep patterns and muscle recovery processes. Achieving natural, muscle-supporting sleep requires developing sleep hygiene practices that promote deep, restorative rest without pharmaceutical intervention. Create a consistent bedtime routine beginning 2 hours before sleep, including activities like gentle stretching, reading, or listening to calming music that signal your body to prepare for rest. Keep your bedroom cool, dark, and quiet, using blackout curtains or white noise machines if necessary to eliminate sleep disruptions. Limit caffeine intake after 2 p.m. and avoid large meals within 3 hours of bedtime to prevent digestive interference with sleep. Try natural sleep support through herbal teas like chamomile or valerian root, consumed 30 minutes before bed. If you currently use sleep medications, work with healthcare providers to develop a gradual reduction plan that incorporates natural sleep strategies while monitoring sleep quality and muscle recovery. As we reclaim our natural sleep patterns, we examine how nutritional imbalances create internal chaos that prevents muscles from accessing the building blocks they need for maintenance and repair. Or eating imbalanced meals, lacking essential nutrients, the nutritional wasteland. The modern approach to senior nutrition often focuses on convenience and calorie control while completely ignoring the complex nutritional needs required for muscle preservation. Many seniors unknowingly create nutritional wastelands on their plates, consuming meals that appear adequate in quantity but lack the specific combination of nutrients needed to maintain muscle mass and function. Muscle tissue requires a precise balance of complete proteins, essential fatty acids, vitamins, and minerals working together to support protein synthesis, reduce inflammation, and maintain cellular energy production. When meals lack this nutritional complexity, muscles cannot effectively repair daily damage or respond to exercise stimuli, leading to progressive weakness despite adequate caloric intake. Nutritional surveys demonstrate that 76% of seniors consume inadequate combinations of muscle-supporting nutrients, with the most common deficiencies including complete proteins, omega-3 fatty acids, vitamin D, and magnesium. These deficiencies create compounding effects where muscle loss accelerates despite seemingly adequate food consumption. Creating nutritionally complete meals requires understanding the synergistic relationships between different nutrients and how they support muscle health. Build each meal around a complete protein source like eggs, fish, lean meat, or legume combinations that provide all essential amino acids needed for muscle building. Add colorful vegetables that provide antioxidants to reduce muscle-damaging inflammation, including leafy greens, bell peppers, and berries that also supply vitamin C for collagen production. Include healthy fats from sources like avocados, nuts, or olive oil that support hormone production and reduce inflammation while helping absorb fat-soluble vitamins. Incorporate complex carbohydrates like quinoa, sweet potatoes, or oats that provide sustained energy for muscle function without causing blood sugar spikes. Plan meals that include at least 4 different food groups, ensuring each plate provides the nutritional complexity your muscles need to thrive rather than merely survive. While we construct nutritionally complete meals, we discover how refined carbohydrates create blood sugar chaos that directly sabotages muscle preservation and accelerates the aging process. 3. Consuming refined starch, like white bread and processed grains, the blood sugar muscle destroyer. The innocent-appearing white bread, pasta, and processed grain products that fill many senior pantries represent hidden muscle destroyers that create internal metabolic chaos fundamentally incompatible with muscle preservation. These refined carbohydrates trigger rapid blood sugar spikes followed by insulin surges that, when repeated multiple times daily, create conditions where muscle building becomes nearly impossible. Refined starches lack the fiber and nutrients that slow carbohydrate absorption, causing glucose to flood the bloodstream and trigger massive insulin responses. Over time, this pattern creates insulin resistance in muscle tissue, preventing muscles from effectively absorbing amino acids and glucose needed for energy and repair. Additionally, the blood sugar crashes that follow these spikes trigger stress hormone release that actively breaks down muscle protein for emergency fuel. Long-term studies show that seniors who regularly consume refined carbohydrates lose muscle mass 44% faster than those eating whole grain alternatives, while also experiencing higher rates of diabetes, inflammation, and functional decline. The combination of insulin resistance and chronic blood sugar instability creates an internal environment actively hostile to muscle preservation. Revolutionizing your carbohydrate choices requires understanding how different grain processing affects your muscle health and making strategic substitutions that satisfy taste preferences while supporting muscle preservation. Replace white bread with whole grain versions that contain visible seeds and grains, providing fiber that slows glucose absorption and prevents blood sugar spikes. Choose steel-cut oats or old-fashioned oatmeal over instant varieties, preparing overnight oats with Greek yogurt and berries for convenient, muscle-supporting breakfast options. Substitute brown rice, quinoa, or wild rice for white rice, experimenting with different cooking methods and seasonings to develop appealing flavors and textures. When craving pasta, select whole grain or legume-based versions that provide protein and fiber along with carbohydrates. Gradually transition to whole grain options over several weeks, allowing your taste preferences to adapt while your muscles begin experiencing the benefits of stable blood sugar and improved nutrient absorption. As we stabilize our blood sugar through smart carbohydrate choices, we uncover how skipping regular health monitoring allows muscle-threatening conditions to develop silently until they reach crisis proportions. 2. Skipping regular health checkups and preventive screenings, the silent crisis builder. The dangerous tendency to avoid regular medical appointments and health screenings creates conditions where muscle-threatening diseases and deficiencies develop silently for years before symptoms become obvious. Many seniors unknowingly harbor conditions like thyroid disorders, vitamin deficiencies, or chronic inflammation that systematically destroy muscle tissue while remaining completely undetectable without proper testing. Conditions like hypothyroidism, vitamin D deficiency, and chronic kidney disease can accelerate muscle loss by 50% or more, while producing subtle symptoms that seniors often attribute to normal aging. Additionally, certain medications may interfere with muscle protein synthesis or cause nutrient deficiencies that compound over time, creating progressive muscle loss that could be prevented with appropriate monitoring and intervention. Population studies reveal that seniors who maintain regular preventive health care show 38% better muscle preservation and significantly earlier detection of conditions that threaten muscle health compared to those who avoid routine medical care. Early intervention for muscle-threatening conditions can often reverse or halt progression that would otherwise lead to severe functional decline. Establishing a comprehensive health monitoring routine requires understanding which screenings and tests are most important for muscle preservation, while creating accountability systems that ensure consistent follow-through. Schedule annual comprehensive physical exams that include muscle strength assessments, vitamin D levels, thyroid function tests, and medication reviews to identify potential muscle-threatening issues before they progress. Keep a health journal tracking changes in strength, energy levels, appetite, and physical function between appointments, providing healthcare providers with detailed information about gradual changes that might otherwise go unnoticed. Prepare questions before each appointment focusing on muscle health concerns, medication side effects, and preventive strategies specific to your health history. Establish relationships with healthcare providers who understand the importance of muscle preservation in healthy aging and are willing to address concerns proactively rather than reactively. Create reminder systems using phone alarms or calendar notification to ensure appointments are scheduled and kept consistently, treating health monitoring as an essential component of muscle preservation rather than an optional convenience. While proactive healthcare forms the foundation of muscle protection, we arrive at the most critical factor that determines whether muscles thrive or deteriorate with each passing day. 1. Avoiding resistance training, push-ups, and lightweight lifting, the ultimate muscle preservation failure. We reach the most devastating habit affecting muscle health in aging adults. The widespread avoidance of resistance training that represents the single most powerful tool for combating sarcopenia and maintaining functional independence. This avoidance stems from misconceptions about safety, capability, and necessity that prevent seniors from accessing the one intervention proven to not only halt muscle loss, but actually reverse it. Without regular resistance training, aging muscles receive no signal that they are needed for anything beyond basic daily activities, prompting the body to systematically reduce muscle mass as an unnecessary metabolic expense. The mechanical stress of resistance exercise triggers muscle protein synthesis, bone strengthening, and hormonal responses that cannot be replicated through any other activity or nutritional intervention. Groundbreaking research demonstrates that seniors who engage in resistance training just twice weekly maintain muscle mass and actually gain strength even into their 90s, while those avoiding resistance exercise lose muscle mass 58% faster and experience progressive functional decline that often leads to disability and loss of independence. The difference between resistance training and sedentary aging literally determines the difference between independence and dependence in later years. Beginning a safe and effective resistance training program requires starting with bodyweight exercises and household items before progressing to more challenging resistance methods. Practice wall push-ups by standing arm's length from a wall and pushing away and toward the wall, building up to 15 repetitions twice daily to strengthen arms, shoulders, and core muscles. Use soup cans or water bottles as weights for seated exercises, performing bicep curls, overhead presses, and tricep extensions while maintaining proper posture and control. Master the sit-to-stand exercise by practicing rising from a chair without using your hands, building up to 10 repetitions twice daily to strengthen the large leg muscles essential for mobility and balance. Try resistance bands for gentle strength training that provides variable resistance while being joint-friendly and portable for travel or small living spaces. Gradually progress these exercises by increasing repetitions, resistance, or complexity as strength improves, always prioritizing proper form and gradual progression over heavy weights or intense training that could cause injury. The foundation for lifelong muscle health and independence. Through this comprehensive examination of muscle-destroying habits, We have uncovered that sarcopenia is not an inevitable consequence of aging, but a preventable condition resulting from specific lifestyle choices that can be identified and modified. These 7 habits work together to create an internal environment hostile to muscle preservation, yet each represents an opportunity for positive transformation that can restore strength and independence. The journey toward muscle preservation requires honest self-assessment and gradual implementation of muscle-supporting alternatives. Begin by addressing the habits that feel most manageable for your current situation, whether that means reducing sodium intake, improving sleep hygiene, or beginning gentle resistance exercises. Remember that small, consistent changes compound over time to create remarkable improvements in strength, function, and quality of life. Success requires patience and persistence as you replace ingrained habits with intentional muscle-supporting choices. Focus on progress rather than perfection, celebrating each positive change as an investment in your future independence and vitality. The goal is not to achieve perfect habits overnight, but to create sustainable improvements that support muscle health for years to come. If this information has revealed hidden threats to your muscle health and independence, please give this video a thumbs up and share it with other seniors and their families who could benefit from these insights. Tell us in the comments which habit you plan to address first, and do not forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell for more essential health discoveries that can help you maintain strength, vitality, and independence throughout your golden years.